What we're going to do in this video is have a look at bounds. Okay. Now, if you're lucky, the bounds question will be quite easy. If you're unlucky, it can be a little tricky. But let's just focus on the upper and lower bound, and we're just going to use rules of thumb. I'm not going to do too much explaining as to just the quick way to get the correct answer. So, if you're rounding to the nearest 100, yeah. Then you're going to go plus or minus 50. If you're rounding to the nearest 10, you're going to go plus 5, you're going to go minus 5. So the answer here is 785 is the upper bound, 775 is the lower bound. 5650 the upper bound, and then 5550 the lower bound. Okay. What about nearest whole number? Let's say you had 92 to the nearest whole number. Well, half a whole is you're just going to go plus a half and minus a half. So you get 92.5 and 91.5 is the upper and lower bound. What about the ones with the decimals? With the decimals, let's say you had 3.29, okay, and that had been rounded to 2 dp. Well, what you should do is just rewrite the whole number out and put 5 there, okay? And then make it symmetrical with the bottom one. Okay? Notice each time that this number is always, this one's always the same, and this is one tick down. Okay, so this number is always the same, and this one's always one tick down, and you've always got 5s here. Look at the 5s. Let's do 2.9 to 1 dp, 1 decimal place. So 2.95, 2.85. What about we had one like this in the exam the other day where you had 5,004, and this was 2 significant figures. Okay, so here's your second significant figure, and this is where I'm going to put the 5s. And this is going to remain the same, and this is going to go a tick down. Yeah? So notice that these two are the same, and this is one lower. Okay? Let's do 200, 0, 0, 0. This is 3SF. So I'm going to write this one as 201500 and 20. Okay, well, one lower, 0500. Notice the 5s, look. Notice the 5s. Okay, I'm going to pause that for a moment. Okay, so the trick here is bounds and formulas, and these are the harder ones. But the first thing to remember then is when you've asked the upper and lower bound, you need to work out the upper and lower bound for each individual number that's going to be substituted into the formula. So if this is 1 decimal place, you're going to go 2.85, tick this one down, 2.75, 4.85, and 4.75. Now if you want the upper, then you're just going to use the 2 biggest numbers. You're just going to go the upper bound for this area. So the area is what's required here, is 2.85 times 4.85. And you just put that into your calculator. If you want the lower bound, you're just going to use the 2 lowest numbers, 2.75 times 4.75. Okay, all nice and easy. What's tricky is when we have subtraction and division. So I've got this formula where f equals t minus q. Now t is rounded to the nearest whole number, so it could be 50.5. Notice these 2 numbers are the same, a little 5 there. This ticks down to 49.5. I've run out of room here, so 3 would be 3.5 or 2.5. This is the upper and this is the lower. So I could have 50.5, the upper, minus the other upper, which was 3.5. Or I could have the upper 50.5 minus the lower, which is 2.5. Or I could have, that's the upper minus the lower, or I could have the lower minus the upper, or I could have the lower minus the lower. Well, the lower, this would be 49.5 minus 3.5, and this would be 49.5 minus 2.5. And what I want you to do is try all those combinations and see which one gives you the highest and the lowest number. Well, it absolutely doesn't matter if you've got time in the exam to try all four, big minus small, big minus big. Just try them all. See which one gives you the larger number, and see which one gives you the smallest number. Okay, and just try them all and see which one gives you the biggest and which one gives you the smallest. And that's exactly the same strategy I would use for this one. Okay, now these are the ones that people hate the most. Okay, so 600, x could have been 650. Oh, sorry, it's the nearest 10. Careful, nearest 10, so it's plus or minus 5. So 605. Okay, or 595. Notice I nearly made that mistake. So 335 or 25. Yeah, and plus or minusing 5. Okay, plus or minus 5. See, I nearly assumed that was to the nearest 100. Okay, so again, we could have big divided by big. We could have big divided by small. We could have small divided by small, or small divided by big. And if you try them out, so the x is at the top, so this would be 605, 605, 595, 595. Big is 35, 25, 25, 35. Okay, now I really don't want you to get too stressed at all. I just want you to use your calculator. So use your calculator, quickly work out what's 605 divided by 35 gives me 17.285, and then I've got 605 divided by 25, which is 24.2. Then I've got 595 divided by 25, that is 23.8. And finally, I've got 595 divided by 35, that gives me 17. Okay, so here you can see that my lower bound is 17. Okay, and my upper bound is 24.2. Okay, so just work out all the different combinations, put them all in the calculator, work out which gives you the biggest number, which gives you the smallest number.